Let's see. We got 1 minute to start this office hour. And basically, we got two different parts. The first part is some bonus questions of lesson 13, fractions and percentages. And then after that, we'll talk about some questions in the 11+ exam. And I think the question is just a little bit hard for you. But basically, we learned that in our long-term courses in summer holiday lesson and the autumn term lesson. So I think it's time to get started. So let's see. First question. That is, what fraction of 36 letters does Mark eat? And the question is like on Mark's plate, there are 36 letters of alphabet spaghetti. And he used 7 of these to spell this word, and he used 5 to spell another word. He eats the remaining letters. So can you guys type me in the chat box? Tell me what's gonna be the number of letters left over. 24, that's right. Because 36, take away 7 and take away 5, basically you take away 12, and that equals 24. And what fraction of 36 letters does Mark eat? Then that will be 24 out of 36. And you have to simplify it. So for the numerator and denominator, you divide it by 12, and the answer equals 2/3. All right, so second one. So for the second question, it says Mark now has the words is the terrier and the hound on his plate. What percentage of the letters now on Mark's plate can be found in this word? And the thing is that you're gonna see how many different letters do we have in this word. You have an A, L, S, and A. You don't need to count that again. So T, then I, and N. So 6 different letters. So as for these two words, how many of letters do we have in ALSTIN? We have T, we have I, we have N. That's it. Do we have some more? No, only 3, right? Only 3 numbers. TIN. We don't have A, we don't have L, we don't have S, and we don't have, for TIN, we have only 1 of that for each, right? But you need to be really careful about this question. The question asks you what percentage of letters now on Mark's plate. It's not on this letter, it's on Mark's plate. So on Mark's plate, how many letters do we have? You got 7 letters and 5 letters. In total, that'll be 12 letters, right? And you can find 3 letters, TIN, in this new number, in this new word. So the answer should be 3 out of 12, which is 7 plus 5. And the final answer is 1/4, but you have to convert that into percentage, right? Then that equals to 25%. All right, that's it for the first question. Let's move on to the second one. I think if you solve the 11+ practice round 2 questions, you're gonna see the similar question here. And it says a bottle contains 150 milliliters of juice. Alex drinks 50% more than Jane, and those 2 friends finish the bottle between them. Calculate how much Alex drinks. Guys, I will give you 1 minute to solve the question, and then type me your answer. 2 of them finish out of the, so one bottle, which is 150 milliliters. And Alex drinks 50% more than Jane. So who drinks less? Yep, that's right. The answer is 90. So let's say for Jane, you can use this line segment to help you. This is one unit segment. We can use it as one, right? And as a unit one. And for Alex, that will be this unit one plus 50% more. And 50%, we know that is a half, like this, half of that unit segment, which is 0.5. Okay, so in total, you have 2.5 parts, and they add up to 150 milliliters. So what's going to be one part represent? So you have to use 150 divided by the total parts you have, which is 2.5. And that gives you what number, guys? That gives you 60 milliliters. Okay. And that 60 means for this unit part, this unit line segment, that will be 60 milliliters. Means Jane will drink 60 milliliters of the juice. And for Alex, you could use 150. Take away that 60 milliliters, which gives you 90. And that will be the answer to this question. 90. All right, next one. So for this question, know that 2/5 of the number is 3, and a 3 more than 1/3 of the number. What is the number? Guess, still 1 minute. Solve this one, tell me your answer. You can just type the option that you got. Is that D? Or let me give me D. Is that D? How do you solve this one? Yes, that's right. It's D. And because you know that we know the 2/5 of this number and the 1/3 of the number, we know the difference, right? So that 3 means what's the fraction of that 3 to the number? That will be 2/5. Take away 1/3. And you need to be really careful when you do the calculation. So you have to convert these two fractions into same denominator when you want to take away that, right? So 5 times 3 equals to 15, and you have to times 3 to this numerator as well. That will be 6. And then you minus 15. So basically it's 5/15. You times by 5 to the 3 and 1. And then you got 1/15. So that means for this number, 1/15 is 3. So what's going to be the number? You have to use 3 divided by this fraction. So we know that you divide by a fraction, you times the reciprocal of that. Means you use 3 times 15/1. 15/1 equals to 15. Then that will be 45. So you choose D. All right. And next question. Also easy one, guys. Type your answer in 1 minute to me. Some vegetables are being sold at the market. Aisha sells vegetables at the market. On Monday, she sold half of her vegetables. On Tuesday, she sold 1/3 of the vegetables she had left. What fraction of her original stock does she have left to sell on Wednesday? Okay, for this one, we got, I think I got 1/3, 1/3, 1/6, 5/6. Is that 1/6? The question is, what fraction of her original stock does she have left to sell on Wednesday? Okay, guys, I think the answer should be 1/3. Let's see. It's 1/3. It's not 1/6. Let's see why is the 1/3. So on Monday, she sold half of that because you sold half of that. So Monday, a half will be sold out. And on Tuesday, we need to work out, we need to figure out what's gonna be the a fraction of the total, right? Will be sold out on Tuesday. So it says she sold a third of vegetables she had left. So after Monday, she left a half of all, right? And she's gonna sold 1/3 of that. So you times 1/3, which gives you 1/6. So that means on Monday you sold 1/2, on Tuesday you sold 1/6 of all, and then what can be the fraction of the stock she have left to sell on Wednesday? You have to use 1. That means the whole thing. Take away a half, and then take away 1/6. Okay, guys. So doing the calculation, you got what fraction? So 1 equals to 6/6, right? And a half is 3/6, and then 1/6. So basically, that equals to 6 take away 3 equals to 3, take away 1 equals to 2, 2/6, and that'll be 1/3. I cannot write down anything here. Not sure, don't know why. So the answer is 1/3. Can I write it here? No. So I can write it here. So that equals to 2/6, and that is 1/3. Okay, guys, you can type 1 in the chat box. Let me know you understand the question. Yep. Okay. And then let's move on to the next one. This one is a little bit hard, a little bit complicated. Let's see. So there are 5 workshops, A, B, C, D, and E in a factory. Each workshop has a different number of workers. So from now on, half of the original workers in shop B are transferred to workshop A. Okay, let's see. I can write down that to remind me. For B, you're going to transfer a half of the original workers. And then 1/3 of original workers in shop C are transferred to B. This one is going to be 1/3. And then 1/4 of original workers in workshop D are transferred to workshop C. It's 1/4. And then 1/6 of the original workers in shop works E are transferred to workshop D, which is 1/6. And what is the magic? The thing is that after all the transfer happened, each workshop has 30 workers. How many workers were in each of the workshops before the transfer? Okay, guys. I will give you like 3 minutes or 2 minutes to solve the question. Okay. And you're gonna start from E, guys, because if you start from D, D will receive some workers from E, but will transfer some workers to C. That means we have two changes to D, right? And also for C, B, and A, you also have, but for A, it's only one change, but it's not easy to start from A because you got no idea about the original number of B. So question, originally, how many workers do we have in workshop E? And then you're gonna do that step by step and then finish all the question. $120. What does that mean by 120? Do you mean that 120 is the number of workers in workshop E? No, it's not that much. It's much less than that. It's a number around 30. Yeah, Michelle, that's right. And also Rachel. Catherine, good. Guys, if you find the number of E, you can go to D and C and B and A. Yes, Jaden, Mina, Rick, Yoon. Okay, guys, I think all of you got 36. And 36 is original number of workers in workshop E. So how can you use that to get the number of workers in workshop D? What's gonna be the number of D? Someone gave me 45. It's not 45. Why is it not 45? That is because D will receive 6 workers from E. So you have to add that 6. And that way you got 30. Does it make sense? In other words, 3/4 times the original number of D plus 6. You have to add that 6 from E, right? And then you got 30. Okay, guys, I think time is up. So let's take a look at this question. So for this one, we're going to start from E. As for E, you will see that 1/6 of the original workers in E are transferred to D. And after that, E will have 30 workers remain. And because 1/6 of original workers go to D, that means 5/6 will remain, right? Will left over. And that number times original, this fraction times the original number of workers in workshop E, then equals to 30, right? And that means E equals to 30 divided by 5/6. So you divide by 5, you got 6, times by 6, you got 36. And that tells you E equals to 36 originally. Okay, you got 1 point for this question. And then you have to move on to D. It says, we're going to set, we got D, letter D of original workers, okay? And that means 1/4 will be transferred to C, and you have 3/4 remain. That means 3/4 times the original number of workers in D. You have to add that 6, right? Because as for E, you're going to transfer 1/6 of original worker to D. That will be 1/6 times 36. You got 6. Because in workshop D, it will receive 6 from E. And that way you got 30. Guys, does it make sense? So if you want to solve D, you have to solve this one. So 3/4 of D plus 6 equals 30, and then 3/4 of D then equals to 24. Let me write down here. 3/4 of 4, 3/4 D equals 24, then D equals to 24 divided by 3/4. So you divide by 3 times by 4. 24 divided by 3, you got 8. 8 times by 4, you got 32. That means originally for D, you have 32 workers. For E, it's 36. And then using the same method, you can find how many workers do we have originally in workshop C, right? Because for C, you're going to receive 1/4 of 32 from D. And that means you need to add 8, because 1/4 of 32 will be 8, right? And you're going to transfer 1/3 of original number. So you're going to remain 2/3. So 2/3 of C plus D, plus 8, then equals to 30. They all equals to 30. That's going to be C. And you saw this one. As for C, so 30 take away 8 is 22. So 2/3 of C equals to 22. Then what is C? C equals 22 divided by 2/3. So you divide by 2, which is 11 times by 3. So C equals to 33. That's right. Okay. And we got C, 33. And now you can get B. Guys, using the same method, can you find originally how many workers do we have in workshop B? That will be half times B, a half times B plus number C, B received from C will be 33 times a third, which is 11. That means half of B plus 11 equals to 30. Then what is B? B equals to what number? Does anyone got it? Yeah, that's right. It's 38, guys. It's 38. So for B, let me write down here. So for B, which is half B remained plus 11, which is received from C, that equals to 30. So half of B equals to 19, then B equals to 19 times by 2, which is 38. And B equals to 38. Now let's go to A. Let's solve the question. It says A gonna receive how many from B, and you got 30. A gonna receive half of B, right? And we know that B is 38. So that means A plus half of B, which is 19, then equals to 30. So you find what is A. One number plus 19 equals to 30. 11, that's right. A equals to 11. Okay, that means originally in workshop A, you got 11 workers, and for B, 38, C, 33, D, 32, and E, 36. Are we good about this one? You can tap me number 7 if you understand the question. Okay, just one time. No spamming. All right, guys. I know you understand it. Any questions you have? If you got question, you can raise your hand, let me know. Are we all good? Okay. So last question of the bonus question, and after that, we'll go to the past paper questions from the 11+ exam, okay? And this one is also about percentage. So a property owner sold 2 terraced houses at 99,000 pounds each. Based on what he had paid for them, the profit on one was 10%, and the loss on the other was 10% as well. Question. Overall, did the property owner make a profit or loss? Calculate the amount of profit or loss. Someone will see, oh, we got 10% profit, we got 10% loss. So it's like a equal thing. It's like a deal. We don't have any profit or loss. Is that correct, guys? Is that possible that the question can be that easy? The question cannot be that easy, right? So you have like 2 minutes to solve it. The thing is that why is it not equal is because you don't know how much he paid for each one, right? So how can you calculate that? Let's see, if you want to get a 10% of a profit, then what's going to be the original cost you pay for the one of the house? And then if you want to get a 10% loss, what's going to be the cost originally? Yes, Yan Yun, that's right. He made a loss. But by how much? By how much? Lost 2,000. Yep, that's right. Yun, you got the correct answer. He lost 2,000 pounds. How'd you get it? Okay, so guys, listen carefully. I will give you one way to solve it. Okay, let's say for this profit one, if we got a 10% profit, how can we get the original cost? We're gonna set the cost as A. Okay, if you want to get a profit of 10%. And the profit then will be A, the original cost, right? Times 10%. Am I right? That will be the profit they got. A means the original cost you pay for the first horse. And the profit is 10% of that. And that equals to what? Because you make a profit, that means the cost must be less than this money you sold it. You sold it, right? And that way you're going to make a profit. So that means this equals to 99,000 minus the amount that you pay for that, which gives you the profit, right? So you got this equation and you solve it, you got A. How can you solve this equation, guys? So 10% of A is just 0.1A. And you're going to remove, you're going to move this minus A to another side. If you move that to another side, this minus A going to change into a plus A, which is 1A plus 0.1A, which is 1.1 times A, right? Equals to 99,000. Okay, guys, tell me what is A? What is the original cost you pay for the first horse? One number times 1.1 equals to this number. So it's going to be 90 pounds or, 90,000 or 9,000. It's 1.1, it's not 11. Basically, it's 4 zeros after 9, right? That can be the amount of money paid for the first house. And for the second one, we got a loss. We got a loss. And we got a 10% loss. So for the second one, we're going to set, we paid for it by B amount. So this will be the loss that we have, B times 10%, right? And that equals to what? That equals to the loss you have. And B must be smaller or larger than this 99,000, guys, if you get a loss. If you want to get a loss, you must pay for, yes, larger. Must be larger than that, right? And that gives you B, take away this number. It's not that number take away B. I'm not sure why I cannot write on the side. So I have to do a little bit closer. So it will be B times 10%, which is the loss. And that equals to B because you paid more than you received, right? So minus 99,000. Yep. Wow, it's so, let's see. Yun gave us this solution, which is perfect. And guys, if you solve this one, what you get? So B minus this thing equals to 0.1 times B. So basically you move this number to another side. That will be 99,000. And that equals to B minus 0.1 B. So let's see, what do we have? We have this 0.9 times B equals to 99,000, and then B equals to 100,000. Oh, it's not 100, it's Let's see, not this number. Is that this much? Going to be 110,000 if you get B. So guys, let's compare this two numbers. So for the first horse, you're gonna get a profit of 9,000 because you use this number, take away 90,000, right? And for the first one, so you see the profit, let's use a plus, but for the second one, it's a loss. So you get the minus, and that will be this 110,000 minus 99,000, which gives you 11,000. So you got this much of a profit, but you got this much of a loss. So in total, that will be 2,000 pounds loss, right? Okay, so you got this number, 11,000 minus 9,000, which is 2,000 pounds loss. Any questions? Are we all good? See the difference of these two different scenarios? Okay, everything clear? Now let's move on to the second part today. It's already half hour. So for these two questions, how to solve it? You see, for the first one, you got a small face rectangle. Why is there a face? I'm not sure. Just have fun, maybe. So what is x? How do you calculate x? Is that 76? Is that 104? I'm not sure. Actually, that should be 104. So for this question, you have to use some unknown letters to help you. Okay, let's see. We definitely need to use these two angles, but we got no idea about the measure of that. So we can set this one as A and this one as B. So what do you have, guys? In this triangle, A plus B plus 37 equals to 180 degrees, right? That's what you have. And then X plus A is 180. And you want to get A plus B and then eliminate it together. So you have to add this 130 plus B together. So 113 degrees plus B equals to what number, guys? You see, this two gives you 180 because that's a straight angle. And these two add up to 180. So in total, that'll be 360 degrees. Okay, so far so good. And now you're going to put A and B together and then eliminate it. So A plus B over here. So A plus B equals to what? Equals to 180 minus 37. Can anyone tell me 180 minus 37 equals to what number? It's 143, right? 143 degrees. So that means X plus, you know, that is plus A and B. And we know that A plus B is 143. And then you plus 113. That gives you 360. So you found X, which is 360 minus 143 minus 113, and that gives you what number? It's 256. So you take with that, you got 104 degrees. That's it. Okay, second one. What is x for the second one? Actually, for the second one, you had so many different ways to solve it. X equals to, guys, so for the second one, I hope you can remember the conclusion. That is, whenever you got such kind of shape, right? Which looks like a kind of arrow, right? And this angle over here, just the sum of ABC. Okay, and the sum of these three numbers equals to 75. And I'm going to show you why is that correct. 75. So 35 plus 15 equals to 50 plus 25 is 75. So I will give you one way to prove that. And let's see if you got this shape. This is A, B, and C. You can connect these two points. And you want to get D, right? And you can use X and Y to help you because you got two unknown angles, X and Y. So guys, in this big rectangle, so for this shape here, you got two rectangles. You got two triangles, right? You got two triangles. And for one of that, you have A plus B plus C plus X plus Y equals to 180 degrees. Does it make sense? Do you know why? You see, this is A. This is A. This is B plus X. This is C plus Y. So that's why you have A, B, C, X, Y. They add up to 180 degrees. Does it make sense? And then you can focus on this small triangle, this obtuse triangle, right? Which is D plus XY. It's D plus X plus Y still equals to 180 degrees. And you see XY, XY, and they all add up to 180. That means D then equals to A plus B plus C. Does it make sense? You guys type me 1 if you understand that. Type me 2 if you still feel confused. 1? Okay, guys, stop. I know it. Okay, just stop here. So let's do one more calculation to make sure you got it, okay? I will just made up question for you. How about this one? You got this shape, and this one tell you is 10, this one is 90, this one is 50. What's the angle of this part? Yes, 30. Pretty good. I think you all remember this conclusion, right? Just use 90 minus 10 minus 50, you got 30. Very good. So let's move on to this one, this question over here. So guys, we learned this one in our summer holiday lessons, and it's about intervals, right? So Jenny passes 40 electricity poles along the straight road from school to her home. The distance between every two poles is 30 meters. It's 30 meters. If her school is exactly halfway between two poles and her home is also exactly halfway between two poles. And then you need to find what is the distance from her home to her, from her school to her home in kilometers. And then if he walks at a speed of 8 kilometers per hour, how long does it take her to get to school from home? Okay, got 2 or 3 minutes. You can have a try by yourself first. What is the distance between school and home? How'd you get it? Of course, you can draw some really simple diagram to help you to do the analysis. As this is 2 poles and this is the home, just the halfway. And that means the distance between these two will be 30 divided by 2, which is 15. Right? And if she starts from the home, this will be the first pole gonna pass through. And he's gonna pass through 30 of that. And this will be 30 meters. Oh, it's 40, not 30. I mean 30 meters. And the second one, and you have a lot of that. And then you got to go to the 40s and then 39. So this is 30 centimeters. And then the last interval, you go to school. Let's see, this is a school. How about that? And you still need to add one more 15 extra part. Guys, did you get the answer? The answer should be 1.2 kilometers. So how'd you get it? I think we learned that interval problem, if you're gonna count 2 ends and the number of intervals will be 1 less. I mean, the number of intervals at this part, right? We know, I don't know how many is that, but which is 1 less than the number of the poles. So that means at this part, you start from 1 to 40, you have 39 intervals, right? So to solve the first one, you got 39 intervals times by 30 meters for each interval. And you need to add 15 and 15, this 2 extra part. So that will be 15 times by 2. And now you can do the calculation, which is 39 times by 30 plus 30. And in total, that will be 40 of 30, which equals to 120 meters. And then you have to convert that into kilometers, which is 1.2 kilometers. Okay. And then since you know the distance, it's going to be pretty easy for you to do the calculation for the second one, right? You know the distance. And how can you get the time? You just use the distance divided by the speed. 1.2 divided by 8. And that's going to give you hours, right? Okay, guys, how many hours are there? 1.2 divided by 8, you got one number. 0.15. Yep, that's right. And if I ask you how many minutes? How many minutes? Is that 50 minutes, guys? In 1 hour, we have 100 minutes. In 1 hour, we have 60 minutes, guys, not 100 minutes. So 0.15 times by 60, right? Equals to 9 minutes. It looks like it's pretty close from Jenny's home to school. It's only 9 minutes walk. Any questions, guys? Are we all good for this one? She's really fast. 8, is that 8 kilometers per hour really fast? Can you convert that into how many meters per minute? I don't think it's really fast. It's just fine. Okay, so I think we can move on to the next one. It's 0.15 times 6 minutes equals 9 minutes. Okay, next question. This one is about the number theory. First question, what is the first number greater than 10 to have exactly 4 factors? Guys, stop chatting the chat room, chat box. Can you give me the answer to the first question? Which is the first number greater than 10 to have exactly 4 factors? Yes, it's 14. Yes, it's 14. And you're going to go from 11, right? For 11, you have only 2 factors, 12. So for 12, you have 1, 12, 2, 6, 3, 4, basically 6, right? 6 factors, not 4. And 13, we know that's a prime number, only 2. So how about 14? So for 14, you got 1, 14, 2, 7, that's it. So 14 will be the answer to this one. And then second one, write down any numbers less than 20, which has exactly 3 factors. Only 9, we have three different answers to this one. Not only one number, guys. You have to list all of them. Because if you got the answer, just tap that by 1 time. Yeah, that's right. Kiki and Michelle. Is that Michelle? Guys, for such kind of question, you just list the square numbers and they all give you the correct answer, right? Or in other words, you're going to choose from all the square numbers. Because if you want to get the odd number of factors, and let's say for 14, they all appear by pairs, right? 1, 14, it's 1 pair. 2, 7 is 1 pair. But for this one, you got odd number of factors. That means it must be a square number. Because for a square number, let's say number 4. That equals to 1 times 4, right? And then equals 2 times 2. But 2 is only 1 factor. You're going to count it by only 1 time. So that's why you get an odd number of factors. So 1, 4, 2, that's it. And also next one, square number, it will be 3 squared. You got a 9. And also they're going to work, which is 1 times by 9 and 3 times by 3, which is only 3. You count it by 1 time. How about next one, 16? Will that work? For 16, do you have 3 factors? 1, 16, 2, 8, and 4. But this one is not exactly 3 factors, 5 factors. So for this question, you have only 4 and 9. And last one, all of you know the answer. It has to be prime numbers, okay? We learned that, I think it's in lesson 11? So prime numbers. Okay, it's prime. That's it. How about this one? So Gil has 5 pink, 7 purple, and 8 orange counters in the back. If she selects a counter without looking, what is the probability she chooses a pink counter? You guys give me the answer to this one. It's also very easy question. Yes, it's a quarter. It's just 5. It's just a 5 over 5 plus 7 plus 8, which is 20, right? So 5 over 20 is simplify it. You got a quarter. Second one, if Jill wants to double her chance of choosing a pink one, how many extra counters should she add to the bag? I mean, extra pink counters. How many? You see, it's 5 now. Is that just, you need to add 5 to it, you will double the probability? Is that 10? Is that 5 or 10, guys? Because so far we got 5 already. So because I want to double the chance, I got it. So I got another 5. Does that work correct? Is that correct? Of course not. So guys, if you want to double your chance, you need to focus on the unchanged part, right? So far it's a quarter. And if you want to double it, the probability must be a half, right? And that means the probability that it got purple and orange will be a half as well. What does that mean? That means in total, in this bag, you need to have how many counters? You need to have 7 plus 8 will be 15. And that is half. Sorry, it divided by a half. So you got 30. You need to get 30 in total, right? And so far you have only 20. You have only 20 counters. That means you need to add 10 more pink counters. And that way you're gonna have half probability to get a pink. So the answer to the question will be 10 pink counters. Okay, you need to add 10 pink counters. You guys stop that in the chat box. Okay, calm down. Then let's see the last question today. It's about, so basically it's about the page problem. Still remember that? So you are reminded that to write the number 135 requires 3 digits. Okay, it requires 3 digits. If you wanted to write down this 5056, requires 4 digits. And what is the total number of digits required to write each of the following sets of numbers? First question, what's the answer? Easy one. 11, that's right. From 1 to 9, each one gives you 1 digit, and that can be 9 numbers times 1, and also 1 number, which is 10. You need to use 2 digits. So that'll be 11. All right, how about the second one? 10 to 20, how many digits are there? 22, that's right, it's 22. Why is that 22, guys? It's really likely to get a mistake, you got a 20, but the correct answer is 22. So how many numbers are there? You have to use, just remember this formula. You have to use the last number minus the first number and plus 1. It's just like when you try to find how many terms are there in the arithmetic sequence, right? Yeah, you need to add the first one back. So it will be 20 minus 10, and you have to plus that one. It's really important. Don't forget that. So you have 11 numbers in total, and each one gives you need to use 2 digits. So in total, that will be 11 times by 2, which is 22 digits. All right. And the third one, as for the third one, you have to do the classification first, because you got 1 digit number, you got 2 digits number, you got 3 digit number. So basically you got 3 different types. The answer is 192, that's right. And let's see. So basically I suggest you to use this table to help you. What table? If you know how to use this table, you can solve any questions. So for this one, I'm gonna help you to solve the third question, the last question together, okay? So you can have this table, and from 1 to 9, they are all 1 digit number. So that's gonna be one of the types. So question, how many numbers? How many numbers? Okay, that's the first one. Only 9, pretty easy. And then how many digits? Also 9. It's just 9 times 1, right? So let me write down digits. So for the first one, it can be 9 times by 1, because for each number, you're going to use 1 digit. And then we are moving on to 10 to 99, right? 10 to 99. How many numbers are there? 99 minus 10 plus 1, which gives you 90 numbers. And each number you're going to use 2 digits will be 90 times by 2, which is 180, right? So this one equals to 9. And so far, from 1 to 99, you have 189 digits in total. And for 100, let's answer the third question. This 100, you still need to get 3 more digits, so that'll be 189 plus 3, which gives you 192. That's why it's the answer to the third one. And now let's move on to 1000 as for the last question, right? So from 100 to 999, guys, tell me how many numbers are there? It's the same way to do the calculation. 999 minus 100 and plus 1. Don't forget that plus 1. You got 900 numbers. And each number, you're going to use how many digits? It's 100 to 999. You got 900 numbers in total, and each one you're going to use 3 digits, right? So that'll be 2,700 digits. In total, how many digits are there? From 1 to 999. 9 plus 108 plus 270 plus 2,700 equals to what number? From 1 to 999. That will be a 9, an 8, an 8, and 2, right? 2,089. And now, after that, you're going to go to count this 1,000. And for 1,000, you're going to use 4 digits to write this number, right? So the final answer then equals to 2,889 plus that 4 digits of from 1,000, and which gives you 2,893. That's it. That's the final answer. Yep. Okay, I'm going to leave you one more question here. If we're going to count from, I just made it up, guys. 1, 2, 6.
Sure.
We're going to count from 1 to 6, 6,666. How many digits are there? It's a challenge one. So we all know that from 1 to 9 will be 9 digit. From 10 to 99 will be 180 digit. Then from 100 to 999 will be how many digits? Will be 2,700, right? And now you're going to count from 1,000 to 666. How many numbers are there? You have to use this one, take away this one, right? That's going to give you, so 6,666 minus 1,000 plus 1. Don't forget that. You have to plus 1. And how many numbers are there? 5, 6, 6, right? And 7. And for each one, you have to use 4 digits. So 5,667 times by 4. And then add these 4 numbers together, you got the answer. Does it make sense, guys? Are we good? So what'd you get? What's the final answer? Let's do this together. 4, 6, 6, 7. I mean 5, 6, 6, 7 times by 4 equals to what number? When you got, it cannot be 4 times by 7 equals to what? Let's do the calculation. Tell me. How could it be the 2, 2, 6, 6, 2, 8 times by 4? I think last digit cannot be 4, guys. 4 times 7 is 28. It's 2, 2, 6, 6, 8. That's right. And then you add the sum of these three numbers, which we already got that from the first question, which is 1, 2, 8, 8, 9. 2, let's see, u plus 2, 8, 8, 9 to 8. What'd you get? Yeah, that's right. Gonna be 25,557 digits in total. If you're gonna write from 1 to this number, you're gonna use this much of digits altogether. That's it, guys. That's all for today. That's all what we have for this. Do we have the football match tonight?
Yeah, Morocco versus France.
Is that start now?
It's starting at 7 o'clock, so it's already started. Yeah.
It's already started. It's been 1 minute.
Okay, so that's it. Enjoy the game, guys. Enjoy it.
Peace.
You're gonna vote for which one?
Easy.
France
France.
is gonna win, I think.
No, France is
France
gonna win, but I'm supporting Morocco.
France is gonna win.